Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the $1 Billion Grind. We are in a short night here. We have I work tonight starting at like 9 p.m. It's about 6:45 p.m. right now, so I can stream probably till about 8 o'clock. Typically what I do, 8:30 at the latest if something really good is going on. And I know we hit 900 million this past Friday, which was a great milestone to hit. If you look at this, though, I'm at 922 million now. So over the last 3 days, I've kicked up another 22 million. So we're only like 78 million away from the goal. But there's about to be a big wrench thrown in the plan, isn't there, in the form of the Drug Wars DLC, because then I have a decision to make. Do I want to spend a lot of money on DLC and kind of knock myself back down a little bit money-wise? Will it be worth it for the money earned? Going to do a small nightclub sale here real quick, and we'll get into it and see. So I hope everyone had a good weekend. I had a great weekend. As you can see, I did get some serious grinding done. 20-some million in a couple days is nice, and I didn't even really play hardly last night. Let's see, which one is this? Let's just figure out. Oh, it's the bonus mission where don't damage. Yeah, I don't care about that. Although, for an only $500,000 sale that I'm doing this time, 10,000 is actually a pretty larger significant portion of that than like when I'm doing the crate warehouse sale, you know, for 1.5 million, and I don't care about the 9 grand. But still, I don't care about the 10 grand here either. It's not worth the time you spend trying to drive really carefully and avoiding everything and getting stuck behind slow motion NPCs and all that. So I'm just going to ignore the damage. If we do 10 grand of damage to the vehicle, so be it. Let's see, where are the other two drops real quick. Yeah, I'm going to go by Madrazos and then this way. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go out to the further one first. I'm going to take the freeway, and then I'm going to, I really don't care about the damage. Oh, right into the wall, too. Can I make it over? I did. Nice. Nice. Oh, of course, I'm facing the wrong way. Anyway, I'm going to take the further away one, and then I'm going to come back toward the city so I don't have so far to travel back into the city when I'm done with the sale. So, anyways, the Drug Wars DLC is going to hit tomorrow on the 13th. I'm going to miss the double money on the bunkers. That has been awesome this past week. Bunker double money is always a great way to speed up your grind, speed up your income. I wish they would set it that way all the time, but then that would be probably a little overpowered. Even I'll admit that. But with the Drug Wars coming out, so there's a lot of speculation about exactly what it is. And Rockstar's description is a little interesting. I mean, obviously it's going to be the product. It's going to be like a new drug business. You're going to be selling acid now, and why not? I mean, you've got cocaine, you've got meth, you've got pot. Why not acid? I guess, what is that? The other big drug anyway? I don't know. I'm really not into drugs, but it seems to be biker kind of centric, which makes a lot of us wonder whether or not this is going to be another biker business. I really hope not. If they just spin that into the biker business model, and if you get all the same stupid cell missions, well then, what a waste, man. That's for one thing, it's very lazy on their part at that point, and for another, the biker businesses, next to the hangar businesses, the biker businesses are like the next most maligned of all of them, just because the cell missions are so god awful, and you can't hardly make any money with them because of it. So we'll see. Hopefully that's not the case. I'm hoping it's going to be a standalone business on its own. The fact that Ron's involved kind of suggests that. I guess the fact that Ron's involved could also maybe mean it's tied to the hangar. And I've heard that they're going to be tripling the hangar cell mission payouts permanently with this too, with this update. That was something they mentioned in one of the earlier Rockstar notes. So, I mean, I guess it could be like related to the hangar too, but I really hope it's just its own standalone business and not tied to any of the previous businesses for this. Now, interestingly, in the description, they're saying things like you can either have a lab, like like a big high tech lab to make your product in, or you can have like a rolling lab, which if you, I'm sure you guys have seen Breaking Bad, makes me think of like an RV driving around cooking in the RV. Obviously, this is acid, not meth, but point being, I'm wondering if you have a choice between those things, like if it has to be one or the other, or if you can do both, maybe simultaneously, if that generates more money somehow. I don't know. I don't know. Well, no one does. It's not out yet, and they haven't released a trailer really for it. All they've released are these little blurbs, and now it's dropping tomorrow, so I guess we will find out. I am hoping it's going to be a good source of passive income. If it's something kind of like the bunker, where you can generate product and then sell it. I don't know. We'll see. If it costs a lot of money to get into it though, and then it doesn't produce like a lot of income to make that money back quickly, then I'm probably going to wait until after my grind is over before I buy it. Just because I don't want to set myself back, like $5-6 million or however much money. What if it's like 10 million? What if it's some huge ridiculous number? I don't know. We'll see. But I don't want to set my money back really far, and then, and then it's just not even as effective as my current grind for earning moving forward. That would be dumb for me, especially since I'm so close to the end of the grind here. I got less than 80 million to go. I'd rather just wait till I finish that out. And speaking of that, by the way, after this week, I'm working this week like I normally do, but after this week, I'm on vacation until after the new year. So I am intending, and I've pretty much like set the time aside. I'm going to be grinding like crazy right as I go on vacation. I know I said I would finish by New Year. If things go well, I might be able to finish by Christmas, which is just like a week and a half away here. So we'll see. I'm definitely going to be focused on the grind once I'm on vacation. But I am curious to see this DLC, if it's going to set me back $10 million and then it's going to take a month to earn that back in the business out of it. Well, then it's just not worth it for me to do it at this point. Wait till I get past my my grind, and then once we learn more about it and know what it's going to be about, then we can go from there. So, okay. We got our money from the nightclub sale. I'm going to run a cycle real quick of warehouse agents, and then ammunition sale, and then mixed goods, and then what's it called? Payphone hit. The little cycle that I do every 48 minutes. It's really valuable this week. I didn't even notice this last week Friday when I was talking about it. I didn't even notice that ammunition and mixed goods sales had been doubled, that they were earning 100 grand each instead of the normal 50. That makes this little cycle that I do even more valuable, because it takes me about 15 minutes to finish it. And in that time, with ammunition and mixed goods being double money and payphone hits being 1.5 money, I walk away with like $320,000 every 48 minutes just from doing that, and it takes like less than 15 minutes to do it. I did have a fail on the ammunition. I wish I had been recording this. The thing with the ammunition missions is sometimes the enemies that come after you are just impossible. They drive these really fast vehicles. You cannot outrun them. And if they get a beat on you and start shooting, they'll melt you all the way from full health and armor to nothing, like in less than 2 seconds. They've got really powerful guns. They're really accurate. They pretty much insta kill you, and you can't outrun them. So they're kind of a hassle to deal with. And of course, the vehicle that you're driving for the ammunition sale, you're not able to shoot backwards. You're pretty much kind of, so you can't take them out when they're coming up behind you. However, what you can do is you can throw the sticky bombs at them, and that can be useful, but doesn't help me too much because I'm not very good at that. Trying to look backwards and hit a car with a sticky bomb coming after me. I know some people are great at it. I'm not one of those people. So, but that is a tactic that could help. At the end of the day, I try to outrun them, and if I'm not able to, then it just ends up being a firefight on the ground till I take care of them. I think there's like 3 waves of them, and then I go ahead and make my delivery and just be done with it. But they can be kind of a hassle. And the other day when they were coming after me, I was driving along that road heading toward like Vespucci Beach, coming from my bunker, you know. So basically coming from the military base towards Vespucci Beach along that road along the highway. And I was getting kind of close to Vespucci Beach. And these guys came up behind me. And I don't even know what happened. I was looking backwards trying to throw a sticky bomb at them. I actually got them. And I was pretty happy about that. But then I hit something. And the truck that I was driving took a huge jump. And I knew it as soon as I was airborne. I was like, oh no. It was heading straight out toward the water. And sure enough, it landed on the beach, but then rolled into the water. And then the mission failed because the vehicle got destroyed in the water. But so watch out for that if you're driving along that road with those guys. Maybe best to just keep trying to run from them and not try to get too fancy unless you're confident you can avoid that kind of fate. That sucked. I wish I had recorded that. It was actually really funny. Fails always are. And I'm guessing by the end of the week, I'll probably have another big warehouse sale to do again. It seems like with these warehouse agents doing the passive collecting for me, I feel like I can do like a big. I feel like I'm sorry, Zephyr, I see your chat there. Hold on one sec. I feel like I can get like one big warehouse sale per week coming off of it. Hey, Zephyr, how you doing? Told you about the update, and I'm so ready. New drugs to sell. Yep. The acid should be different. I really do wonder how they're going to implement it, though. If it's going to be its own standalone business, if it's going to be part of bikers, or since Ron is involved, will it be part of the hangar? And I really hope it's the first. I hope it's its own standalone business. I hope it doesn't have anything to do with bikers, and I hope it doesn't have anything to do with hangar. But there seems to be a lot of hints in the info they've released about that, both of those things. I mean, for one thing, you see bikers all over the place and all the promos for it, and I know part of this update is they're going to be permanently tripling the hangar business sell missions. Just for the record, I still don't think that makes it worth it. If you guys remember, earlier in the year, I'm going to jump to my bunker and do the ammunition sale. Hold on here. Good, we already got the bunker set. Earlier in the year, they had an event week where the hangar sales were triple money. And nobody did them. And I tried them just to see, does this make it worth it? No. Even on triple money, the hangar business still wasn't worth it. But I will say this. If grind is not your primary goal, like if you're not all about, maximizing... I got a bunker sale to do, too, after this. I don't want to mess up my cycle with warehouse agents and ammunition and mixed goods. So I'm just going to do this first. But yeah, after I'm done with that cycle, I'm going to come back and do the bunker sale too. That's right. If you're not all about maximizing, the money you earn for the time you spend, that kind of thing, if that's not the most important thing to you, and if you actually enjoy the hangar business and the missions that come with it and stuff, is this one I want to do? Yeah, I'll do this one. If you enjoy the hangar business, then at least tripling the money makes it a little bit less painful to do, makes it more worth it for someone who really enjoys that business. I just know that when they had it on triple money as a special, I looked at it pretty carefully because obviously I was trying to grind the billion, and that was more early on. And it still wasn't worth it to me to do it. So, you know, we'll see. We'll see. I wonder how much the acid business is going to pay out, and I'm wondering how much of it is going to be passive product. You know, is it going to be like Bunker or like the biker businesses, like in that sense, where you get supplies and then it builds up over time and then you do a sell? I mean, that seems to be their formula, but it's also getting a little old. Like, I kind of wish they would come up with something different. TGG was pointing out that it's now been 2 years since we had a new heist in the form of Cayo Perico. And that now this means, you know, if they don't do another big heist again for another year, till maybe next year's winter update, well, then that's going to be 3 years, which is a long time. Now, I kind of disagree with him a little bit about that. I know it's not technically a heist, but I feel like the agency in the Dre mission that they released last year, I feel like that kind of qualifies. It's certainly a good alternative to a heist. I mean, you've got all the setup missions to go through the 3 acts, and then you get $1 million payout at the end. Now, I know it's not a heist and that you can't set the cuts, you know, you can't set the cut percentages and all that stuff, but it is, you know, kind of like the best alternative to a heist this game has ever had, I would say. And I don't think the ALF missions that they came out with a few months ago, the whole paper trail thing or whatever, I don't think that those, I know those were on double money this past week too. I don't think that those were really worth it at all. It was a big update, but I kind of felt like it was pointless. I know York and I went through that whole thing, and it just, I don't know. It didn't, I have no desire to play it again. It didn't pay out very much. It was very long, and it was kind of neat to see the, you know, all the settings from the Doomsday heist again, you know, the big facility and everything. That was kind of cool. But yeah. It was kind of boring, and it really wasn't worth it, to be honest with you. Hopefully they do better with this one. We'll see. You know, I just realized, as I've been talking about the new update coming, nobody came after me in this mission. Or if they did, they were the real slow ones, and they never got near me. I wasn't really watching my radar to see, but I'm thinking nobody came after me, which is pretty cool. It's basically the easiest version of this mission there is. And with this being on double money, man, you know, this is an easy 100 grand. Ooh, I've got a little bit of a cold again, guys. It kind of scares me after I got so sick last month. Last thing I want to do is get like bronchitis or pneumonia again. That was just absolutely awful. It just feels like more of a normal cold, though. Just like a real light one. Really minor. Hopefully it stays that way. It's that time of year, man. Going outside, it's cold, it's damp. Oh, these guys. Really? And they're literally blocking me so I can't get by them. Okay. Alright, I'm just gonna go around the side here and run this guy over. NPCs, man. I know I was the one going the wrong way on the road, but they didn't have to stop that way and completely block me either. So, alright. So we got this one done. I'm going to change my spawn point to my office. And jump sessions to my office. And do the mixed goods sale. And I like the mixed goods sale because it puts me down by the docks. And then I can jump right to a payphone hit from there. And like I said, with the double money on the sales and the payphone hit being 1.5, this nets me like 320 some thousand. It's a good deal.
Good to see you, boss.
What's up, girl?
Hello. What can I do for you?
Mixed goods.
How can I help you?
And
What vehicle should I tell them you want?
buzzard pack chopper.
Sure. It's on the way to the helipad.
Now, most of my warehouses are actually down by the docks, so a lot of times it's a real short drive for these. But then every now and then I get the Vinwood location. Like today. Like this one. So yeah, so this is like the worst version. This is why I've been thinking about getting rid of this warehouse actually, and getting the Elysian Island one instead. And then this would be a really short drive as well. So I'll just land in here and then I'll run down to the truck, which is like out in the road. Now, the worst version of this one is when you get a wanted level. Not that it's all that hard. It just, you have to like go hide in the train tracks or something and lose the cops before you can go and make the delivery. It's not that it's difficult, it's just that it's time consuming. Now, this vehicle is way better than the one you get out of the bunker for the ammunition sale. This one has a lot more speed. And it does a good job of knocking things out of the way. It's pretty massive. It's hard. So, okay, on the radar, I can see we got some guys chasing, but they don't look very fast. So I'm guessing they're not going to be any problem here. And most importantly, we're not going to get a wanted level, which is the main thing. So now just be a straight shot down. Golden Daily, yo. Hey, Golden, how you doing? You ready for the holidays? Are you ready for the update? I guess would be the bigger question. It's actually my biggest question about it is it says you could have a big lab or you could have a rolling chemistry set, which sounds like, you know, Breaking Bad, like an RV, like a rolling lab to cook in. Can you do both, or does it have to be one or the other? If you do both, is there potential for more money or something by, you know, making more product? What I can't wait to find out all the details of this thing. But given where I am in the grind, I'm at 922 million. Given that I'm got under 80 million to go to the billion mark. If it's going to cost me $10 million to get the stuff in this DLC and then take a really long time to earn that money back with the activities you do in the DLC, then I'll probably wait until I finish the grind first and then get into it and figure it all out. That's the one crazy thing, and I don't know, man. It's going to be a new way of thinking for me. Once this grind is over with, and like I've said, I'm planning on going to about like 1.1 or probably 1.2 million. I'll probably go about 200 million past. Oh, this thing, I didn't make the turn very well. Got to back up. I'll hit the billion. That'll be cool. I'll probably grind like another 200 million to get myself like safely up over that billion point and then be able to buy whatever I want without worrying about dropping back under a billion. And so $1 billion will be like zero to me in my mind, I guess, maybe the way I'll look at it. But once I get to that point and I really don't have to grind anymore, like at all, I'm not sure how I'm going to play the game. Like what am I going to do? I mean, I guess I'll explore other game modes and stuff like that, but it'll be a really weird feeling to feel like I don't have to earn any money in game. I can buy literally everything in the game and still be nowhere near broke. It's going to be a weird feeling. It'll be an adjustment. Obviously, I have to figure out what I like to do when I'm not earning money in this game. I've always been a grinder. I guess I'll just explore the new content as it comes out and see what's fun and what's not. Hey, this target is one of them. All right, this is going to be the taxi cab one. We got to go pick them up and either take them to the gas station and blow them up, drive them out in the water and drown them, or take them to the junkyard and put them in the car crusher. Find out in a second here. Scrapyard, car crusher. Okay, cool. We'll go grab the taxi. Now, just because I don't need to earn money anymore after the grind is over, I guess that doesn't really mean that I won't do any of these things. Like, I really like payphone hits. I like security contracts out of the agency. There's a lot of things that I do in the grind that I enjoy, not just because it pays good money, but also because it's actually fun to do. I'm not going to lie. I'm probably almost never going to run Cayo ever again, because I've run it hundreds and hundreds of times. Actually, what I might do is try Cayo out some different ways, because I've got like the most efficient, easy way to do it. I might try some of the other approaches, some of the other stuff, maybe play it with other people, that sort of thing. Although my luck with randoms is pretty bad. When I try to do stuff like that with randoms, it seems like I always get into one with people who just they just don't want to do it or whatever, or they're terrible at it, and I know I'm not great at it myself, but you know what I mean. Just sometimes people are so bad that you are actually suspecting that they're just trolling you. Like, I mean, what else could it be? Nobody's, anyways, whatever. I don't want to like talk bad about people, but you know what I mean. If you've ever tried to do stuff with randoms, in fact, there's a million videos out there about it by other YouTubers trying this with randoms, trying that with randoms, and it always just goes horribly. But I might try that and see. You know what I have not done on this character? I have not gone through all the original heists, like in order or anything like that. That might be something to go revisit. I haven't done those in years. In fact, I don't know if I've ever done like the original heists on the newer generation stuff. I did it plenty like on PS3. But I don't think I've ever really done it in the newer generation. I think I've always been all about like the businesses and stuff like that. So maybe that'd be something to try. See if I can get a crew of randoms together and actually complete the original heists. I imagine that's like almost impossible these days. Back in the day, you'd constantly get invites. This person wants to run Series A, that person wants to run the jailbreak. I don't see that anymore. Oof. Alright, we've got this done just about, and then I'm going to jump back to my bunker and do the bunker sale. And I'm sure they're going to give me Merriweather because, they always do. Alright, so yeah, look at this, man. So for basically barely 15 minutes of doing this stuff, it's like $327,000. That's excellent. So let's change my spawn point back to the Chumash bunker. Find new session. I'm not planning on doing a Cayo Perico tonight. I've bought it, but I have not done any of the setups on the current one yet. I'll probably just put that off for a few days. Like I said, I think I'm really tired. I'm really burnt out on Cayo Perico, I think. Even with the month off in November. Since I've come back, I've already done it probably, 5 or 10 times, though. And it just, can only do that so many times. I wish they would give me a count. I knew how many times I completed the Cayo Perico finale. Oh, okay. We got this one. Not really a big fan of this one either. It's probably... Oh, yeah, it's way out there, too. Jeez. Okay. Anyways, I would say this is probably like the second worst bunker sale mission for me. I know there's actually some bunker sale missions you get if you're doing it with multiple people that I'm not familiar with hardly at all. I was helping someone in a public session a couple months back, and I helped him sell his bunker. And I don't remember the exact details of the mission, but I want to say we were all in. Oh, what are those called? Insurgents. We were all in insurgents, and we had to stay close together to stay like off the radar or something. It was really interesting. I'm not that familiar with that mission. And I want to say if you're doing contracts, security contracts with other people too, there are some security contracts you'll get, or I'm sorry, payphone hits. There are some payphone hits that you'll get that I never get, because I do them solo. But there are some payphone hits that are specifically for when you are doing it with other people. Some that you can only get with multiple people. And I want to say when we had York and everyone in here about 5 months ago or so, I want to say we actually got some of those. And I didn't know what to do because I'd never seen them before. I didn't even know they existed. It's funny when you play the game solo all the time, you do miss out on some of the content. And then you kind of get taken by surprise when you jump into a lobby with other people and you start getting these missions that you've never seen before. I'm going to miss double money on the bunker, I'll tell you what. It's so good for the bottom line. I wish it was always this kind of payout. Although, like I said earlier, even I'll admit, if the bunker was always double money like this, that would be overpowered. It would. Okay, I mean, I was going to have to hit an NPC at some point. These guys, like, every 20 feet were swerving in front of me. Oof. A lot of traffic on this road. It's the irony of this game. If you're on a road by yourself without any kind of personal vehicle around, and you need one like to steal, the road will be magically empty all of a sudden. There will be nobody around. But if you're in your vehicle and trying to drive down the road, well, then there's 500 cars in front of you. It's funny how they do that, isn't it? Oh, these things. These cars are absolutely terrible, too. You'd think that these things would be awesome, like off-road, when you're like on the grass and the hills and stuff, but they're really not. They're even worse. In some ways, they're worse than the little dune buggy things, even. And those things are just crap. All right, so I want to say it's best to start off with the one that's like down here. Might have been better to go on that other side road to get down there, but this is fine. I can just drive over the... Okay. I can face the way I want to face here. Okay, here we go. All right. All right, one down, 4 to go. A lot of times these helicopters in this mission, they don't really, they're not very effective. But sometimes, man, they get a beat on you and you just can't get away from them. And they will take you out while you're driving. They'll do a lot of damage really quickly sometimes. Like, it seems like they're getting some pretty good hits on me here this time. Try to get these knocked out. At least the rest of these should all be pretty much along the same ridge. It's also kind of hard when when you drive up to the spot to drop and the game like freezes the car, like makes it stop, and now you're really vulnerable if they're right above you and they're shooting down at you when you stop. Off to the right, to the right, to the right. Don't want to fall. Yeah, these things, they do not grip the ground very well. I'm taking it really easy on the accelerator with this thing. If I try to gun it too hard, it'll lose control really easily. So can I make it to this last one? I'm down to about half health. Oh, he's kind of further away than I thought. Is there a ridge? Yeah, here it is. Yeah, we got this. All right. Oh, these cutscenes sometimes. All right, so I'm gonna ride back down to the road and call for my Mark II. Oof, hello. Thought I was gonna crash there. All right, vehicle request. And let's deposit the cash from the other stuff we did before. This puts us up to... Oh, we're over 323 now. Nice. Okay. Wow. Honestly, we're a Cayo Perico away from... did I say 323? I meant 923. We're basically a Cayo Perico away from 925. Like 75 million to go. So what I'm going to do, actually, there's probably a couple cars in my auto shop, and there's probably also a motorcycle to deliver. Now, I'll have to cancel my CEO for the motorcycle. You can't do that as a CEO. You don't have to be an MC president either, but... I'm getting so lazy with the session jumping now. Sometimes I wonder if it wouldn't be faster to just session jump over to my auto shop rather than fly over like this. It's like the new fast travel. Well, you know, with the changes they made to being able to do everything in an invite-only session, that's had a huge effect on that for me, because you can jump sessions so much more quickly with invite-only than you could with public. You know, you try to jump to a public session. Well, for starters, you got a 50-50 chance of it saying there was an error joining the session and you have to restart your game again. I mean, you got like a 50% chance of that right out the gate. But then even if it does connect, sometimes it takes several minutes to get in. Light blue. Okay. Let's knock these boys out. I'm not going to deliver them myself. I'm going to let my, where's light blue? Oh, there it is. My old eyes. I'm going to let my guys deliver, which means, of course, I won't get full money because they crash it every single time. What the heck was Rockstar talking about last summer when they said they were going to fix the problem with your mechanics always crashing the car? And you have a much higher chance of getting carbon roof here, of getting a good delivery with no damage. Whoops, grill rally intercooler. The heck were they talking about with that? When they say they increase the percentage chance to get a error-free delivery, what did they change it from 1% to 2% or something? I mean, honestly. These guys still crash it every single time. I never ever get full money. Oh, this is a high-end one too. So when I have my staff deliver, I never ever get full money. They always damage the car every single time. Sometimes not as much as others. Sometimes the damage is only a little bit. But the point is, I have never even once seen my agent or my whatever assistant deliver a car without damage to it. Ever. Bluish silver. Interesting choice. There it is. Actually, it's very generic. Okay, sport brakes. EMS level 2. And street suspension. Bodywork. We got the hood. The vented Albany. Mirrors. Aftermarket mirrors. And then skirts. Carbon street skirts. Pretty basic stuff. Tuner. Really? On this car? Oh, Rollas. I'm just going to leave that horrible green. That looks so terrible. Now, this is a mid-range car. I got to wait a second. Have the staff deliver. So, yeah, anyways. Yeah, I don't know what Rockstar was talking about with that. I think it's crap. They absolutely did not change it so that when your staff delivers, you can get full money. I've never seen that even one time. But it is worth it still to have them do it, because I think of it as just like simple passive income kind of taking part, kind of happening in the background. And then that leaves me free to go do this. But like I said, I do have to drop my CEO before I can do this one. So if they're dropping the new update tomorrow, that's a little weird, because they usually do updates on Wednesday night. Now, this is going to be like Monday night. You could say they normally do updates Thursday morning. You could look at it that way. Oh, I hate these things. I bet you it's going to... I bet you it's going to make me drive this stupid thing out to Paleto Bay, too. Just because it's such a horrible vehicle. All right, we'll see. We'll see. Dark green. Whoa, nope. Dark green. There we go. EMS 2. Street brakes. And turbo tuning. The bodywork on these is always so, like, weird. So, twin painted exhaust. Frames or backrests. Intake body. And backrests. Carbon. Wheels. Gonna be muscle. On this. That's kind of cool. 6 gun. Not too familiar with that one. It's okay. They're kind of generic. Confirm. And I'm going to deliver it, but I'm going to take 1 second here and restart my... Yeah, Spotify's all messed up. I don't know what happened with that. Ever since they changed the way you can pipe that into OBS, Spotify has gotten kind of weird for me. I'm going to have to figure that out one day. I just never think of it when I'm not streaming. Probably go back to the old way that I used to pipe it in, because it never did that before. Well, at least we're not going to Paleto Bay with this thing, although it looks like we might be going... Okay, well, nah, that's not so bad. Okay. But I am just going to go over to the golf course and then make a right. I'm not going to wind my way through all those streets the way the GPS would have me do. Not on this thing. Oh, boy. These things are so terrible, man. They really are. They're hard to drive. They look so cool. They really do. But, oh, that guy was not. Oh, but he's going to slam on his brakes now. Jackass. Yeah, these things look cool, but they're really, like, wonky in the steering. I guess, you know, that's kind of true. If you've ever ridden one in real life, it's kind of true in real life, too, though. They're not the easiest things to ride. Back in my day when I was a kid, I think they're illegal now, but they used to have three-wheelers. Those things were terrible. It's so easy to roll those things. Look at some of those 1970s like Honda three-wheelers, Yamaha three-wheelers. Okay, we got that delivered. Wait for this screen to clear. There we go. Call for my car. We actually got about 10 minutes still before like the warehouse agents will be available again and stuff. So what I'm probably going to do, well, you know, probably payphone hit. Payphone hit's probably available again at this point. And since that's on 1.5, I'm going to go do that. I was going to say the next thing to do, money-wise, would be a life and death bikes. But I think payphone hits is actually available. That's a quick 120-some thousand. So I'm going to knock that out instead. It should be available anyway. We'll see in a moment here. That's the other thing I'm wondering with the DLC. Are there going to be some like mini missions that you can do along the way too that are valuable? Like, so the agency brought us the payphone hits and the security contracts. Obviously, the biker business has the contracts on the wall, which now you've got the life and death bikes one, which is very valuable. Obviously, CEO brought. Well, I mean, I guess it came with VIP, but you know, you've got the VIP work you could do. As CEO, there's all these little missions that come with them. And some of them are not worth it at all. Like, you know, I'm not a fan, like the CEO of vehicle import-export business. You've got the little extra missions you can do on the side on those. I don't think that those are so worth it. You've got the MOC missions, stuff like that. I'm wondering if the new DLC is going to have something like payphone hits or something like life and death bike, something you can do in free roam for quick money too, that's associated with that business. And hopefully, if they do, hopefully it will be valuable and something that I could work into my cycle and have it be worth it. Now, we still got 40 seconds. Kicking the phone. I didn't actually mean to do that. So we'll see. I mean, obviously there will be the main business, the product that you're selling, the acid or whatever it is. But I wonder if there will be just these little side missions too, like the payphone hits kind of thing associated with it. At the end of the day, that was really the coolest thing I think that came with the agencies. I mean, don't get me wrong, I really like the security contracts too. Those are a very, very close second. But these payphone hits, they were a great addition to the game. They really were, especially for people who want to make money fast. All right, has it been 40 seconds yet? I don't know. Sometimes I can be impatient. Let's see.
Hey, partner.
Yes, here we go.
I'll ask around and get back to you.
What's it going to be? A wholesome ass day of work, which will be the golf course. Let's see what it is here.
Man, this should be a wholesome ass day of work.
Yeah, I called it. All right. So which version though? We got 3 choices for the judge. Either we run her over, beat her down with a golf club, or blow her up with a bomb put in the hole. The bomb in the hole one can glitch out sometimes. Okay, beat her down with a club. The one where you plant the explosive in the cup is a little glitchy sometimes. I've seen 2 things happen with it that shouldn't happen. One, she's walking up to the hole already when you get to the golf course and sees you when you try to plant it, and so you can't, and it runs, and you know, whatever, the mission's ruined. You can just take the base money. Or the other thing that I've seen happen is you get the explosive planted correctly. She goes up to the hole. She's going to, you know, get sets to make her putt. You call it in. You blow it up. It kills her. But for some reason, you don't get credit for it. and it thinks the mission is still going on. And at that point, that one really sucks because you can't even get the base pay now because it's not like you can kill her again. Basically, you're screwed. You just have to jump session, take the L. So hopefully they'll fix that one day, but you know how those things go. Anything that's broken that just, causes you to not be able to make money, they really do not prioritize fixing that usually. Okay, so what are we doing here on this one? Are we... Okay, taking her out with the golf club. So I found, for me anyway, it's easier to just snipe those two guys out first. And then she'll kind of like run toward you when you do that, when she's running away, depending on where you are. There, I guess this is... Oh boy, they're going to walk over the ridge, aren't they? They're moving. Let's see if I can take him out real quick. Yep, got him. Oh, okay, this guy's going to be coming fast. This guy wrecks his golf cart half the time, too. It's really funny. Looks like he already did. Actually, I should probably go after her. Oh, well. I just don't want this guy coming up behind me. Wow. There we go. So, all right. Now we'll go take care of her, and I don't have to worry about these guys coming after me. It took a little bit longer than usual. Usually I can snipe them both really quick. And then she just kind of runs like right at you. But this works. Let's go after her. She had a little pathfinding issue there for a minute. Oh, wow. One hit, man. That almost never happens. Usually it takes like a whole bunch of hits. That was easy. God, I need to get out of these golf clothes, though. I can't stand that. There we go. Jeans and a tee, man. Jeans and a tee. I'm not a fancy dresser. Oof. I was afraid that tree was going to take me out. So we still got a few minutes to go until the agents are going to be recycled again. So I'm going to go ahead and do life and death bikes. And that's the cool thing too about these. Like, now I will have to register as an MC to do life and death bikes, but the cool thing about like the agents and the payphone hits and the auto deliveries and all that stuff, that's another example of a mini mission too, by the way. Is you can do it without being active like in CEO or MC or stuff like that. And that's really cool that you can do that. Now, I will have to go active as MC for this. I forgot earlier we were talking about heists and how I felt like the agency was kind of like a heist. Same could be said for the auto shop. You've got the big jobs, like the mini heists that you can do with Sasanta and Moody Man. Okay, seriously? There we go. Maybe. Well, what is it with some of these trigger points? Like you have to stand in just the perfect spot. There we go. Okay, so life and death bikes is, I think, the most valuable one on the board. And, after you do it, it's not on the board anymore. It's going to be Vagos. Okay, so that's going to be at the oil fields at the end. This is kind of like the middle one, the one that takes like the second longest. There's 3 different versions. All right. The thing about life and death bikes and why it's so powerful as a grinding thing is, yeah, so after you do it, it's not on the board anymore. But if you just jump sessions, and you can set your clubhouse as your spawn point, and if you just jump sessions, it'll appear again. It won't actually always appear again. You might have to jump sessions a few times, but it will eventually appear again. And it doesn't take that long usually to get back into it. If you're lucky, you'll get on a streak where it'll be there every time. And you can just do it over and over and over again, which is cool. And it pays about 75 grand and takes less than 10 minutes to do. I usually go with the assault shotgun in here. I actually forgot to put armor on, which is maybe kind of stupid on my part. We'll see in a moment. Whoops. Hello. There's a guy further out here. I know he's around that corner. Yeah, there he is. Okay, now I'm going to put armor on. And I think this might be the one where there's a guy in the bathroom that's kind of hard to hit. You have to come around the corner. You're going to have to take a shot from him. Yep, see. He can shoot you before you can shoot him. There's really no way around that. Oof. He didn't do much damage to me, though, anyway. He just kind of took my armor down a little bit. So you got to find which switch. There's 3 of them. There we go. To find the elevator. And there'll be 3 guys down in the garage with the death bike. One of them is going to be wearing like a welding hat or something, so you can't headshot him. Okay. But they're not really difficult. And I still have most of my armor, so I'm just going to leave it as is. Now you're going to get chased here, which is fine. This thing is really fast. It's also easy to wipe out on, though, unfortunately. Okay, so I'm sure you remember this road from story mode. It's when you've got Franklin in the car with you, and you're going after the tennis pro. Of course, you're going in the other direction. But that's what that road was. And what I'm going to do... I know this is probably not the fastest route to the oil fields. It probably is quicker to cut through the city. Oh, man. But I don't like to make a lot of turns if I can avoid it. And this road is pretty much a straight shot around to it. So I usually just take this road straight all the way around it. Like I said, I know it's not the shortest distance, but I feel like because I don't have to worry about turning, I feel like it is the fastest way to go. These guys are really on me, and I gotta be careful of the NPCs here. They will try to wipe me out. Make me crash. I like the speed of the death bike, but again, you're on a bike, which is very, very vulnerable in this game. Guess in real life too, but you know what I mean. Seems like we've outrun the enemies, at least. I don't think any more will spawn now. Oof. But when we get up to the oil fields, we'll have to take out the Vagos. Oof. Okay, I'm gonna crash sooner or later. Yeah, there's just too much stuff on the road here, man. My goodness. Here we go. All right, up here to the left. I'll pull up in here. All right. So this is a mix. Not only do you have to kill the people, but you have to blow up their vehicles too. Now, I find it's easier to just use my explosive sniper from a distance to at least take the cars out to start. It's like all these vehicles need to be blown up. Okay, now I can switch to like normal weapons and just fight, you know? Anyone else left alive? Nope. Nope, it's all gone actually. On the radar there are those little red crosshairs too to tell you. Half the time I forget to look at that. Okay, so it's going to ask me if I want to deliver this back. Yes, because that's how you make the money in this mission.
Alright, just get it back in one piece and let's make this money.
All right, so no more enemies. Just need to get this thing back to the clubhouse. Where are we at? We just passed the 6-minute mark because you know, the countdown is on the lower right there. Started at 30 and we just passed the 24 mark. So we're coming up on 7 minutes. Oh, this guy cutting me off. I'm really surprised I haven't crashed this thing. I've had a ton of near misses. It's a fast bike, it really is, but it's so easy to crash it. And there's always someone right there, isn't there? All right, here we go. So yeah, 7 minutes, and I think it'll pay probably about 75, like maybe 72, 73, something like that. It's a little bit different each time. I don't know if it's based on time, like the length of time it took you or what. So, okay, 73.5. But that's a good way to grind, too, because now if I was just doing, like if I was ready to do another one right now, I would just jump sessions to my clubhouse, and it would most likely be on the board again, and I could just run it again. And it can really add up the money quick.
Okay.
I'm going to disband MC. And I saw the notices going for the crate warehouses that they've collected their crates. So I'm going to set them back in motion. Which means not long, an ammunition sale and mixed goods will become available again, too. Because I usually cycle those with this.
What's up, Pefe? I got this. Back before you know it.
That is the coolest part. The fact that they added those agents to the crate warehouses, that was one of the most valuable things they did in the summer update. Obviously, nerfing Cayo Perico kind of sucked, but it is what it is. Like I said, I find that I'm able to fill the warehouses up, all 5 of them, and do like a big sale like once a week. Now, I don't fill the warehouses up all the way. Just because once you get over 77 crates, you start running the risk of getting raided. And, you know, let's face it, the agents are great, but they're not real quick. And so, if I wanted to get up to 111 crates, you know, as quickly as possible after hitting 77, after hitting 78, actually at 78 is when raids will start. I would have to start actively doing crate missions too. So usually what I'll do is I will let the agents get me up to like 77 crates, and then I will do a single 3 crate mission just to put it up over 80, because at 80 all the crates become, that's one of the levels where all the crates become more valuable again, so it's really worth it to go from like 77 to 80 in the crates. And then I'll sell them, so it's about 1.5 million usually per sale for me, because I'm doing about 80 crates, and with these agents I'm able to get that done about once a week. So like 7.5 million. Assuming I don't fail the crate sell mission. If you guys watched earlier streams, you know that does happen.
Sure.
The worst fail I ever had with that, it actually wasn't on stream. I almost wish I had a recording of it. I was really mad at the time, but I can laugh about it now. I was thinking it was one of the Titan missions, of course. I mean, what other mission do you ever fail? I guess the Cuban and the Titan missions are the ones that you're always going to fail when you're doing crate sales. But anyways, it was the Titan mission, and I misunderstood which mission it was. When I jumped into I wasn't paying attention to what my assistant was telling me. And so when I jumped in the Titan, I saw there were 10 drops. I jumped into my buzzard and went flying around to all the drops to make sure, you know, there wasn't like buzzards or Valkyries that were going to chase me, because that, you know, that happens in some of the missions. And then I jumped back in. I didn't find any enemies. I'm like, huh, okay. I jumped back into the plane, and as I took off, suddenly I started getting warnings that I was flying too high and the cops could see me. So now any of you who are familiar with crates, you now know exactly what mission it was. It's the one where you have to stay low. And so I was trying to adjust my radar view, and I forgot, because I had the large radar on. But with the small radar, you can see your altimeter and see your altitude, so you know whether you're getting too high, you know, before you hear the warning. And so I was frantically trying to change that view. I was already airborne in the plane, and for some reason I forgot that you can just hit D-pad down like twice when you're flying a plane. You can do that, and it will permanently change the radar. It's not going to be like right now. Well, actually, I've got permanent large radar set right now, so I can't do it right now. But normally, when you hit D-pad down twice, it changes you to the large radar, and then after a while, it changes it back. Now, I've always got it set to the large radar anyway. But if you're in a plane, no matter what you're on, if you do that, it'll flip it to the other one, and it will stay there. And I forgot about that. And so I was frantically trying to go into the menus to change my radar. I messed it up. I canceled back out of the menus. And then as I'm like panicking and just starting to hit buttons, I hit Y. And if you're on PlayStation, that's triangle, by the way. And I promptly jumped out of the plane, and it crashed, and I lost the mission. So anyways, yeah, that was like my biggest fail. Okay, ammunition is ready again. So go to options. Cool, I got bunker already. Find new session, invite only. I've actually come to like crates, which is funny because I was never a big crates fan, but the introduction of these agents have made it like a lot more interesting. It's made the crate business more useful in general, I think. All right, we'll see what enemies we get this time. If it's the fast ones, like I feel like you shouldn't even bother fighting them half the time. Okay, we're going this way. So like I said, with a pistol in this truck, you really can't shoot in reverse, which sucks. But you can throw a sticky bomb backwards. So if it's the fast guys that come after me here, I can try to take them out. But like I said, sometimes, especially with some of the bridges coming up, and you know, there's that one like really sharp right turn up ahead that a lot of people drive over and end up in the sea. I don't want to do that. So here okay, it looks like it is the fast ones, or is it not? Can't tell yet. Yeah, it is. Okay, so these are the fast guys. You cannot outrun these guys. And I missed. And I missed again. And now if they get a beat on me, they will take me out like instant. Oh my gosh. Okay. Keep missing them. I'm really bad at that. Ah, I got him that time, but I'm also probably going to crash now. And there's still another one. Finally got him. How many do I even have left? Oh, I still got 20. Okay, good. I guess I had a full pack. So here we go. He's coming up. Got him. Man, you really have to explode that thing like immediately. Okay, and I've got a new set right behind me again. These guys are such a pain. And up ahead is that turn that I was talking about. Got one. I got to be careful up here because this is that turn where you can really go over really easily. Oof. And yeah, as you can see, there's no escaping this guy. Unless you can blow him up like that. But they're not easy to deal with. Not the fast guys. Now, okay, this will be like the last set. There's one more set coming here. See, how do I miss that? I wish I... Oh, I got them both. Nice, nice. 2 for 1. 2 for 1. Okay, and that should be it now for them. I don't think those guys will come after me anymore. I feel like those guys are a little bit overpowered. And like I said, if they succeed in like hitting you and spinning you out, you will die immediately. Their weapons are really, really powerful, and they're really, really accurate. And they just, even with full health and full armor, they will melt you in less than 2 seconds. All right. Well, we are here at the ammunition. Where's the drop off? I think it's by the tent back here. Yeah. Whew. All right. Well, that was a little high stress. Those guys are something else. So, okay. And mixed goods are ready. So we just keep cycling through. Maze Bank Tower. Find session, invite only. Because I am not flying all the way back across the map to my CEO office. It's actually getting on 8 o'clock. Yeah, I'll probably have to wrap up after the payphone hit after this. So I work at 9. We'll see where we're at cash-wise, though, afterwards.
Boss. Hi there. What do you need? What can I do for you? As soon as you've decided, I'll get the Pegasus rep to prepare the vehicle.
All right, hopefully this one is not
Sure.
at Vinwood
Halfway to
again.
the helipad.
And hopefully it gives me one of the locations down by the docks. Which is just so much faster. Yep. Okay, sweet. In fact, this might be the Cypress location, which is as close to the docks as you can get. It's either Cypress or Wholesale Furniture, one of the two. And I mean, those are just right up the street from each other anyway, so either way. Okay, it is Wholesale Furniture. So the second closest one, but again, just right up the street. Just land on the roof and hop down. So yeah, this is the only thing easier than this is the Cypress location, which is right up ahead of me. And I'll do the same thing I do with the Cypress location. I will cut through that parking lot and stay off the main road. Hopefully I don't get a wanted level. That's like the worst version of this mission. Like I said earlier, not that it's hard, it's just time consuming. Okay, it's not going to be though. I see those guys. It seems like they don't know how to come in here. They don't know how to get into this part. Oh wait, I think one just did. But normally it seems like they can't. Like I don't know if their pathfinding just doesn't let them go through there or what. It definitely does not let them come the wrong way down this road for whatever reason. I feel like those enemies are just like the same old enemies from 2013, from all the earliest missions. Ooh, Sunrise. Thanks, expanded and enhanced edition. Graphics are a lot better, though, than like Xbox One or PS4 versions. I am glad that they did this, the expanded and enhanced graphic things, I mean. All right, let's knock out a payphone hit. And then we'll see where we are at. I think I have, though, from these missions that we've been doing, over $500,000 in cash now.
What you need?
Payphone hit.
All right, shit. Let me make a few calls.
Yeah, we're like almost up to 600,000. This will put us over 700.
Hey, I will give you this target's name.
Okay, so this is going to be the pop star. This is my least favorite payphone hit. The 3 versions of it are you either chase him in a cop car, you chase him in a truck, or you get a Vagos car and you shoot him down. Vagos car is the best option. Hopefully that's what it is. Oh yeah, nice. Vagos Lowrider. I'll tell you what's awesome about that. It's going to be at the 3rd location. Oh, this is the location where the girl is like standing, running in place. It's really weird. Oh no, she's just clapping this time. Okay. I guess it's different each time, but a lot of times this girl right here is like doing the running in place thing. It's kind of funny. The shuffle or whatever you call it. Let's get out of here. All right. So last time I did this mission, which was like last week or sometime that I got this one. I was experimenting and I found that I could sticky bomb the guy. I don't have to use a gun, which makes life a lot easier because the car he's in, you really can't shoot him through his back window. Oh, did I screw up here? Am I going the wrong way? No, I'm fine. I'm fine. It's really hard to shoot him because he's, you know, it's like the old supercars. You can't shoot through the back window, can't get him. And trying to get him to stop to shoot him like from the side or the front is really hard. But you can actually just pull it behind him and sticky bomb him. And that seems to work fine. We'll see in a minute. I got sticky bombs up. Yep. Okay. Actually, I'm going to go left. Because he's going to be coming down that boulevard. And I'm going to circle around just like behind him. I'm going to see if I can come up behind him without him noticing me. I don't know if I can or not. Maybe I should... You know what? I'm going to try to stealth a little bit. I'm going to come over here. Kind of hopefully he'll just like drive by me. And hopefully I can pull out behind him without him freaking out. Is what I'm hoping. We'll see. He's going to go by. There he is. Looks like he's already wrecked his car a little bit. I don't know. So, can we get it? Yeah, he's not freaking out yet. Oh, no, he's just sped up. He noticed. Yeah. Oh, well. Hopefully he'll wipe out. I want to try to throw a sticky bomb at this speed. Ah, that would have been a good opportunity. Now, I can't help but wonder, since I've already approached him in this vehicle, if I were to get out and take him out from a distance with the explosive sniper, would I still get the full, like, bonus? I don't know. I'd really rather just make him crash and then throw the sticky bomb on him while he's kind of, like, stopped and then blow him up without getting out. I think if I get out of the Vago's car, I think that the objective becomes get back in the Vago's car again. Like, the whole point of this is to do it from while driving the Vago's car. I think I'm going to have to get my AP pistol out. Oh, if I could, like, get it. Oh, my gosh. There we go. Maybe take out some... Yeah. And this guy has got me, like, hooked. There we go. What's funny is this is actually the easiest version of this mission. Well, maybe the cop car is. I'll tell you, the semi-truck is crazy impossible. He try chasing that thing in a semi-truck. If he gets running, you really can't catch him. I mean, look how much trouble the Vagos Lowrider's having as it is. The cop car does a pretty good job of keeping up with him, and you don't have to necessarily do anything to him. Come on, really with this? Gotta get the sticky bomb on him. Ah, that was a terrible throw. Come on. Got him. He's done. There we go. So yes, you can sticky bomb him, but don't try to stealth on him because he will see you. I almost wonder if you remember when I was waiting on him to come up when I was parked like on the side of the road. What if I had thrown a sticky bomb on the road and then when he drove over it, if I had just blown it up? I wonder if that would have worked. You know, that probably would have been a smarter play. Like, I knew he was coming down that boulevard to start. I probably should have just thrown some on the road where I knew he was going to be coming and then watched while he drove over it and blown him up. And as long as I was sitting in the Vago's car, I think that would count. You know, I'm going to try that next time. I'm going to try to remember to try that next time. I bet you that would have been a lot easier than chasing him all over the place. So, anyways, guys, let's see where we're at money-wise. I feel like we earned quite a bit of money. Just, I mean, think about it, man. If you guys watched for like the last hour, all I've done is just cycle through some simple missions here. And I've got like 700 grand in cash on me now. So, and we were at 922 something when we started. We already deposited once and we were at like, got up to over 923. I think this is going to put us, will this put us over 924? Let me see. Whoops. I guess for starters, go to the internet. I'm going to miss the double money on ammunition and mixed goods sales. So, okay, 923, 978,000. So, yeah, okay, we're 22,000 away from 924 million. And I haven't even done a Cayo on this session today. Definitely, I've got one ready. I just have to, I've got one purchased on hard mode, but I've got to do all the setups before I can actually do the heist. And meanwhile, the crates are building up with the agents. And actually, why am I driving this lowrider? I want my oppressor Mark II. But anyways, we'll see what happens with the DLC coming out tomorrow. I guess I'm guessing that's gonna be in place of the weekly update. So probably the double money on the bunker stuff and the ammunition and the mixed goods is probably not going to last all the way through Thursday morning like it would have normally. It's probably going to be over with tomorrow morning. We'll see what the new business drops. We'll see if it's worth it. I may not buy it right off the bat, just if it's going to set me back too far on the grind and not be worth it. But we'll see. But the way things are going right now, we're basically like 75 million away from the end of the billion. And I think it's probably very likely at this point, it's probably very likely that I will have the $1 billion done by Christmas instead of by New Year, which is awesome. It's totally awesome. I'm pretty stoked about that. So, anyways, guys, I got to work tonight, so I'm gonna sign off now. Thank you guys very much for watching. I appreciate it, and as always, have a great game. Oh, hey, thanks, Ice Cold. I appreciate it, man. See you guys later.